a chemistry teacher who became the biggest meth producer in the United States. This isn't just a TV story. In 2013, Alabama police arrested a man. His name? Walter White. He wasn't an actor. He had no ties to Hollywood. But just like the character in Breaking Bad, he was running a secret lab, cooking blue meth. And even stranger, he had once been a chemistry teacher. The news exploded. Headlines screamed, "The real Walter White found." And people started asking, was Breaking Bad a prophecy? Or was life imitating art? But the inspiration for Walter White started long before this arrest. Vince Gilligan, the creator of the show, got the idea after hearing about a real man, a chemist, who, after failing in normal life, crossed over into the drug trade. He wanted to explore one question. If an ordinary man is pushed to the edge, how far can he fall? To make it authentic, the writers and actors stepped into a world most people are too afraid to even look at. They sat down with DEA agents. They studied real lab setups. They learned the actual chemistry behind meth production. So every scene would reek of truth. And that's where reality started slipping out of control. After the show aired, US police reported a new wave of blue meth hitting the streets. Some criminals openly admitted they were inspired by Walter White. Even the fake recipes in the series sparked real-life labs. A character meant to be a warning became a criminal icon in the real world. Maybe that's why Walter White, with his black hat and cold stare, is more than just a TV character. He's a symbol of the bitter truth, that the line between fiction and reality is much thinner than we think. And once that line is crossed, there's no turning back. Sometimes, behind the camera, the stories are darker than what you see on screen. To create Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan and his team decided to push reality to the edge of danger. That meant real research inside the world of drugs. Actors trained with DEA agents. Some even attended real rehab meetings, just to see addicts up close, to feel the weight of desperation. For the show's signature blue meth, the crew hired an actual chemist. The result? A harmless crystal, but so real-looking that New Mexico police had to issue a statement. It's just for the show. Because even on set, people tried to steal it. But the darkness wasn't only in the science. Some filming locations were actual crime scenes in real life. Jesse Pinkman's house? Years earlier, it was the site of a real meth lab bust. Los Pollos Hermanos? The building had ties to a drug trafficking case before filming ever began. Even the script itself was much darker at first. Jesse Pinkman was originally set to die in season 1. But when Aaron Paul lit up the set, Vince Gilligan changed his fate. That single decision rewrote the destiny of the entire show. And here's something most people don't know. The scenes we saw were the toned-down versions. Early drafts were far more brutal and disturbing. But AMC pulled back, afraid of how deeply it might affect audiences. Breaking Bad wasn't just a show. It was a dark reflection of a world that kept breathing, long after the camera stopped rolling. Monsters are not born. They are made. Walter White, a man who started as just a teacher, tired, defeated, with a future cut short. Cancer was the trigger. But here's the dark truth. Long before the diagnosis, the seed of Heisenberg was already inside him. For criminologists, his behavior is a textbook case of narcissistic psychopathy. Narcissism, fused with cold-blooded ruthlessness. On the surface, he fought for his family. But deep down, he fought for his own power. And with every step, he came closer to revealing his true face. His clothing carried a hidden color code. At first, light tones, blue, green, beige. The darker he became, the more his palette shifted to browns and black. And when Heisenberg was fully born, black became his armor. The hat and glasses weren't just props, they were declarations of war. Even the name Heisenberg wasn't random. Werner Heisenberg, the German physicist, introduced the uncertainty principle. Walter brought that same uncertainty into the criminal world. No one, not even those closest to him, could predict his next move. Walter once said, "I did it for me." That sentence is the beating heart of his darkness, an admission that everything, even the deaths of those he loved, was simply the price of becoming the man in control. And maybe the most terrifying truth of all, despite his crimes, Walter White became a hero to millions. Not because he did the right thing, but because he did the thing so many secretly wish they could. In Walter White's world, nothing is ever as it seems. Breaking Bad is filled with secrets that even hardcore fans might not know. Theories ranging from hidden codes in the dialogue to subtle messages woven into every scene. One of the most debated theories claims, the final scene of the series isn't really the end. Some believe Walter White survived and the story continues mysteriously. They point to camera angles, lighting, and dialogue as clues hinting at an open ending. Another theory connects Breaking Bad in a strange, unexpected way to Malcolm in the Middle. Fans believe Walter, under a new identity, is actually Hal, the father in Malcolm. They cite behavioral similarities, symbolic signs, and even matching wardrobe choices. It sounds insane, but it sparked millions of views and discussions online. Beyond that, the characters symbolize deep philosophical and moral concepts. Walter White is a tragic Greek hero, Nikos, someone doomed by fate, but who fights until his last breath. Jesse Pinkman represents cleansing and redemption, a man trying to escape his dark past, yet constantly pulled back into it. One of the darkest theories suggests the show is a brutal critique of the American justice and criminal system, a system hiding corruption and violence at its core, where real victims remain in the shadows. Additionally, some argue the show's symbols and colors carry hidden messages about power, corruption, and human downfall. For example, the blue meth symbolizes purity and corruption simultaneously, while Heisenberg's black hat represents choice and the battle between light and darkness. Every time you watch Breaking Bad, there's a new discovery waiting. Details you missed the first time. A message that challenges you, forcing reflection. These secrets and theories didn't just increase the show's appeal, they gave it an identity beyond a mere TV story.